All right, welcome to the Major Key Signature Sharps video. This is going to explain to you how sharp key signatures work. If you have not watched the video about the note names, you might want to go back and watch that. There will be a couple times where you might be confused if you haven't seen that. So that's just a little warning. Might want to do that first. A sharp is something that looks like this. It looks kind of like a hashtag, except it's a little bit more slanted, and it makes a note higher in pitch. Higher in pitch. So if you have a natural sign, which looks like that, and a flat sign looks like that, the pitch is increasingly getting higher as we switch the different symbols. Sharps are what we're focusing on in this specific video. Your order of sharps when you put them into key signatures is F, C, G, D, A, E, and B. I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second. The little saying that we have that helps remember your order of sharps is fat cats go down alleys eating birds. Stupid saying, but it helps you remember what the order of sharps is. The order of sharps is important because that's the order that we're going to put them onto the staff as we make different key signatures. This is a grand staff, so you see your treble clef up here, your bass clef down here. We'll be putting the sharps on both of them just so that you can see how it works in both clefs, since some of us sing in bass and some of us sing in treble. So as we put the sharps on, we're going to add one sharp, and that sharp has to be F sharp. It has to be F sharp because we have to follow our order of sharps up here. So F is the first one. It goes on the F line and both clefs. We know that it is on the F line because the center of that sharp, the hole right in the center of the sharp, is what crosses through whichever letter it's sitting on. So that one's on the F line. Our second sharp has to be C, because that's what's next in order, fat cats. And we can see that it's on C because the center of that sharp is on the C space. The center of the sharp is on the C space. Third one would be G, fourth one D, fifth one A, sixth one E, and seventh one B. Fat cats go down alleys eating birds. Now also notice, just for your frame of reference, the pattern that we put them on the staff isn't a straight line. It goes in a zigzag. Okay, so you can see how they're put on there. That will come in handy later when we're dealing with flats as well. Noticing that they don't go in a straight line, but we put them on the staff in kind of a zigzag order. The rule to remember with sharps is sharp T. The actual rule is further sharp to the right is T, but sharp T is shorter. So just remember that as we go, and I'll explain that more in a second, but sharp T is the thing to remember. So let's say we have 4 sharps. This is your key signature because it has all of your symbols in it that are going to tell you what key you're in. The key is wherever, in a major key, is wherever do is. So we're essentially trying to find do. That's our first goal. In order to find do, how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to use our rule that we just learned. Farthest sharp to the right is T. So our furthest sharp over is that one. You can either find it, zigzag over, or you can go F, C, G, D, fat cats go down. Okay, it's D, and that's what T is. Now, if we're singing a scale, how do we find do? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. We just have to step up to do. So that next space up is where do's at. Now, you can also step all the way down, but it's just more stepping. Either way works. So now that we've found do, that was our first step. We know where it is. Now we have to name it with a letter. So we're going to name do with a letter. Now I'm just going to look at those do's and know that that's an E. I'm not going to go through how you found out that that was E because, again, that's in that previous slideshow. So you can go back and watch the note name slideshow if you're confused about that. So we know that this is E, so then we're in the key of E, right? Well, we also have to double, triple check always at the end. Are there any sharps on our do lines or spaces? So we're going to find our do. Okay, there's nothing on that line, obviously. This line, there's a top of a sharp, bottom of a sharp, top of a sharp, bottom. So there's no sharps that go right through that space. So there's no sharp there. So it wouldn't be E sharp major. So we're correct. It's just E major. So just a double check at the end. So that's the whole process. We're going to practice a couple more of those really quick. So this one, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sharps. I can either zigzag over and find my last sharp, or I can go fat cats go down alleys eating. I know that that's an E sharp, which is T, We're going to step up to dough or step all the way down to dough. We've now found where dough is at. Next, we have to name it. So we already know how to do note names because we practiced that before. We know that that's F. So we're in the key of F, right? But we have to double check. Okay, so I see there's nothing on this space. I'm clear there. So I'm going to go to my other dough. That's a top of a sharp. That doesn't count. Top of a sharp, bottom of sharp. Oh, but that one's right in the center. So because it goes right through the center of that, this F is actually an F sharp. So it's not the key of F major. It's actually the key of F sharp major. Double checking matters a lot when you're naming your key at the end. So make sure you always go back. Last example. So we're going to go a little quicker here. Farthest sharp over, you find it, it's there. Now there's not a line up here, so I have to add that line to step up to it. You can step up here though. Found dough by stepping up. Now we have to name it. I know that it's A, in the key of A major. Double checking my lines. I'm clear there. Top clear, nothing there. Yep, I'm good. Just A major. One more thing you have to know. If you see this on the quiz you're about to take, or in the future, there aren't any sharps. So you can't really say sharp T is going to work here. You just kind of have to know the rule. If you see no sharps and you see no flats, you're in the key of C major. See no sharps, see no flats, C major. Just something you got to know. Okay, we made it through the whole slideshow now, so the only thing we have left to do is go to your quiz on Classroom. So let me show you what you're doing. You will go to your Google Classroom, whichever one's yours. I'm on the 9th grade one right now. Click on the Classwork tab. There are a whole bunch of different things, so you have to click on Key Signatures, Sharps. Scroll down till you get to the link. Then the quiz will pop up. You click Start Challenge. C no sharps, C no flats, C. Okay, so then we're going to go through the process we just did. I'm going to go a little fast just for time's sake. T, do, C nothing, T, do, T, do, C sharp, T, do. I'm just going to start clicking a little bit here. Good. So you get done. I got 17 out of 20 correct. You click View Report. It's going to ask you to sign your name. So you will do that. Then you have to click Sign Report. Then it gives you this link. You want to copy that link. Go back to Classroom. I'm in teacher mode, so I can't see it, but you will have a like answer spot here to submit your answer. Copy paste the link that you just copied. This link. You're going to copy paste it right there. Then click submit or save or whatever the little button is right there. And then you're done with this and you can go on to the next video, which is flats. Thank you very much.